I know that's intentional. I'm not muted, I was just being quiet. But either way, though. Oh, no, I was just quiet. I wasn't doing anything. But either way, Las Vegas is going to score here. I had to set some things up so I couldn't commentate in that time. My apologies, chat. But either way, IG Quantuan, the Saint, New Orleans, and this the Le Luke? Okay, so well, the former Miami team that went to the Super Bowl is now New Orleans, the same branded team that beat them. Very interesting decision there from from uh from this former Miami team that is now currently currently New Orleans. I guess it's a symbol. I guess it's a reminder of what could have been. But either way, IG Quantuan gonna get it on the check down on the left side. And it was more like an LOS than a check down, but yeah. But either way, Luke. We're going to see if he can find anything here. Luke going to, was looking for statically there, but unfortunately the pass was popped by him. And just like that, this now forces a punt. And now Buddha going to be the one to return the punt for a pretty modest amount. And now Conjure from Las Vegas here. This is definitely a must-needed win for both teams as always. Will. Wait. Wasn't Will on New Orleans as well? Oh, so this is still kind of the same Saints team, New Orleans team, but I guess with different people a little bit. I guess they did say that in an interview that they were going to be a bit different, so I guess this does not surprise me in the slightest. Wait. No, Will's on Las Vegas. Wait. Okay, you know what, forget what I said. Just, I'm not going through it again. I was just rambling for a moment in time. But either way, Conjure gonna be on the left side, gonna give it to Will on the LOS. And so far, this is looking very, very solid for Conjure and this Las Vegas team. If they can make a comeback here, but Buddha gonna dive for about 9 yards. That could have nearly been a touchdown if he wasn't body blocked there. But either way, with 2 yards left, New Orleans given the triple rush here. Okay, I did not get a triple rush there. It gave the look though, but Zack Attack gonna find a way to get a touchdown there. And just like that, Las Vegas has potentially tied this game up here. A desperately needed score for Las Vegas, and they get it thanks to Zack Attack and Conjure as well. This is definitely looking like a great ultimate duo for Las Vegas that could definitely give some teams a run for their money. And so far, it is giving New Orleans a bit of a struggle here, but let's see if they can hopefully take the lead since Las Vegas has missed their extra point. Probably want to keep that closed. But either way, Leluc going to give it to IG Quantuan on the LS. Going to get about 11 yards on that catch. And so far, things have looked very solid for both teams so far. Though Las Vegas has definitely gotten the better of them at the moment, but we will see if that can change. Yeah, Leluc looking around to seeing what he can find. But here we go, Leluc. RGL going to be the one to get it on the left fold. Man, with games as close as these, imagine if this game had a bit more depth to it than just the same stagnant meta that we've seen for a while. Like there'd actually be like a lot more strategy to this game. There still is a little bit, but it's not like a lot of it's now just kind of execution because the game is just mostly been solved at this point. Like I feel like I won't say this for just Football Legends, but I think like NFL UF and Football Fusion 2 or Football Fusion 3 now has this same problem where it feels like they don't really have like it feels like the game is just in a solved state, and that's why I think competitive has kind of been a little bit lackluster for all of them, or at least not as good as it should be. But RGL gonna get a touchdown on the streak. Sorry for my random ramble of the day, but yeah, either way though, the game is definitely like Roblox football has definitely just been like in a solved state at this point. It doesn't really feel like there's a lot of like strategizing at this point of the game because it's been around or competitive leagues have been around for so long for other road football games that it doesn't feel like there's much innovation or strategy because it's just kind of like because there's not really anything that's better than that. All they can do is just kind of like match it, but they can't like do it better because it's not the norm. Like even if it does work, that's kind of the thing. Like even if it works, it's never really better than how people run it now. So that's kind of the weird problem with that. It's not that some things don't work. It's just that it's just not the norm. It's just not the norm at this point. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But either way, it's going to be the last play of the first half. Conjure just going to toss it up because why not? And just going to be completely missed by everyone, including the defense from Las Vegas, which again is you could argue is kind of a win in of itself for them, considering that denies any halftime shenanigans from occurring, and it ends up working in their favor because Las Vegas does get the ball to start the second half. Yeah, after watching a fire game from either way though, Conjure going to be backed up quite a bit though. And it's gonna give it to Nova on the left fold. But yeah, I just wish there was a meta shift because I know I try to be as enthusiastic as I can for the most part, but it feels like I don't know, it just feels kind of cut and dry for the most part. Or it feels like I'm just watching kind of the same stuff in just like slightly different variants, and you just kind of get sick of it. Maybe just kind of burnout. I don't know. Maybe I've just gotten burnout from streaming so many Roblox Football League games that I've just kind of gotten tired. But I'll still keep a head intact. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm not hating on the game or anything. It's just kind of me just feeling burnt out, which is ironic because we took like a 2 week off season and I still feel weird. But either way, though, this is a huge opportunity for Las Vegas to hopefully get a touchdown here. But those it nearly to the defense of New Orleans. Either way, Conjure going to try and get it on 3rd and goal, and he's going to get it to Nova for the touchdown. And he's on his skateboard trying to escape from the city. The real gamers know that reference. Yep. Though I guess that will be another time because we got places to go and we don't need to follow the rainbow. Man, I feel like you can tell just from my tone I've been burnt out. But either way, Luke now at a tie game situation in the 3rd quarter. Luke trying to see what he can find here. He's going to try to find the right fold, and Chucky going to be the one to get it here. And it is going to be a good catch for a 34-yard gain. A very humble one at that. But either way, let us see how this works. Now Luke with statically on the walk there. Going to be about 2nd and inches. Either way, Luke going to give it to Epically with the LS there. Or the walk. I don't really know exactly what it was, but was able to get the catch. And now New Orleans in prime scoring territory. With about 2 yards to go. But is anyone going to be open in time? Las Vegas being very stingy on defensive coverage, and Murmur going to get the interception there, completely reading the throw out of bounds. I think he was just looking to swat it, but Murmur able to get right in front of the throw. I don't know if that was entirely intentional, but Murmur gonna show up at the right place at the right time and immediately picks it off. That is a huge play there from Murmur. I don't know if I got the clip for that, but again, I mean, I guess it's on YouTube, so I guess it is in one way or another. You get tired of streaming CFL? I mean, I get tired of streaming sometimes. It depends on how much I do it in like a week, you know? Like if it's more like spread out, it's not that bad. But like if it's just kind of, yeah, I mean, sometimes I do. It's not because of CFL itself. It's more of just like, I think it's just kind of boring, I guess, just seeing the meta just being kind of the same streak fold LOS on offense, and then you just see defenses running the same coverage for like 90% of, like 99% of plays. And like the 1% that they do run something different, it's generally just like played like hardly at all, and it's barely different from the actual the main meta defense. I don't know. It's just kind of like, I just wish this game had more depth because there's so much potential. Oh, either way though, Jamerl going to get a touchdown for Las Vegas. Sorry, I've been like rambling again, but what I was saying though is that like I wish this game just had more depth. Like this, I feel like competitive would benefit a lot from like balance changes and meta shifts and possibly more depth to the game. Like, and I have no problem streaming CFL games. It's not like I hate it or anything. It's more of just sort of like, I just wish this game could be more than what it actually is. Because I feel like it has a ton of potential to be like the next competitive Roblox game, like after like Phantom Forces. But oh my goodness, dude, that is a fumble. New Orleans in one way or another is just completely getting the game slipped away from them. Buddha able to recover the fumble. That is a very huge play there for Las Vegas here, but can they capitalize on it is the question. I know it's a little unlucky for New Orleans, but man, this is definitely Las Vegas' chance to extend their lead. And they're going to do that with Warstar on the right fold, but they have not quite scored yet. Still with 10 yards left to go. Conjure going to lag a little bit, but still has the ball in his hands. And it was looking for the left side there, but it was just a tad bit overthrown. Definitely a what could have been situation. But either way, Conjure going to be backed up quite a bit here once again. And intercepted right back by IG Quantuan. Immediately denies any touchdown from Las Vegas, but that isn't exactly the most ideal field position, but I guess it is better than getting Las Vegas a touchdown, so they'll take it. Either way, Leluc, with less than a minute left in the third quarter, gonna try to give it on the check down. Or I think that was more of a LOS, not really a check down, but you get the picture. Yeah, I'm current. You still in school or graduating college? I'm still in college, yeah. But just kind of, I can't really give much more information than that, but good for you, man. Good for you. But either way, Leluc with an opportunity here to potentially take the lead and hopefully make this game close. But either way, 640 Diana. But either way, though, with less than 10 seconds left into the third quarter, let's see if Leluc can get a touchdown here. Okay, and with 2 seconds left, with the clock being a bit bugged, it is still going to be the third quarter after this play because clock is still bugged. But yeah, this game. All right, but let's see what Leluc has in store for this game or for this play. I mean, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be anything flashy, but just a tad bit overthrown there from the looks of it. And that will be the end of the third quarter, with New Orleans still retaining the ball. Well, I guess I should say that with a bit of an asterisk because they're just going to go for a field goal. Oh, but it looks like it's going to be a timeout. Do they want to switch kickers, or do they want to try and see if they can go for it? All right, well, it looks like they're going to go for a field goal either way. A timeout does not change that fate. But thankfully for New Orleans, they are going to make the field goal good, and that will close the lead from 6-3. And it looks like it's going to be an onside kick for New Orleans very early into the fourth quarter, and they are going to get it thanks to RGL. RGL able to potentially save this game for New Orleans. Sorry. But Leluc. Luke is looking around trying to find the right fold. That was a very greedy play there from Luke, but thankfully Chucky able to find a way to make it work. That could have been very bad because that was essentially a 1v2. And epically going to try and get a handoff there, but unfortunately running back isn't super great in this game. So unfortunately, he'll only get about no gain for that. But either way, and statically gonna get a touchdown there off of a 7-yard fade. I mean, that is, I'll give credit on the catch, but I can't say that Luke didn't throw an absolute fit to statically. It was right over a Las Vegas defender's head and easily in the end zone. And just like that, thanks to that field goal, New Orleans has now taken the lead. And this is one of the few times where a field goal has actually helped a team, but either way, IG Quantuan is going to end up getting a 2-point conversion, and that could potentially matter because those 2-point conversions can add up as well. Like, you don't think much off of a field goal or an extra point, but again, those add up. Like, they add up really fast if they can score multiple times. But Will going to get about 11 yards. Sorry, I'm losing it. But either way, Conjure going to... Oh, we're just looking to try to find the right fold there. Again, couldn't find it. Just a tad bit overthrown. There we go. Conjure looking for a fold to Zack Attack. We haven't really seen much from Zack Attack outside of that touchdown he recently got a couple drives ago from this Las Vegas offense, but either way, going to be a huge catch by him. And Nova going to get another one on the left fold. Another big catch, and here we go, Conjure with an opportunity somewhere, and it's going to be the Will on the LS. New Orleans originally had it locked down, but for a split second, Conjure took that shot immediately. That was definitely a very huge thread the needle kind of play there. Like, you had a split second that was definitely a split second decision that could have easily went the other way. But thanks to Conjure's quick thinking, was able to pull it off very well, thanks to cooperation from Will. And Jameril going to get the 2-point conversion, making this a 3-scoring game, or not 3-scoring game, a 3-point lead. Sorry. And RGL just going to take it in and go for a touchback here. I'm liking this. So far, so good. But Luke going to give it a 640 Diana, but he was bodied, but was unfortunately bodied out of bounds. So that's going to be incomplete. Here we go, IG Quan Swan. Anyway, Jay going to get it on the LOS there for about 8 yards. Uh-huh. And here we go, Chucky going to get it on the right fold. That was kind of a risky play there, but Chucky doing a very good job getting the ball so far on this New Orleans offense. Both sides are definitely firing at all cylinders offensively. But again, it's going to take one mistake from either offense that could seal the deal. And IG Quantuan going to get it on the LS. Not going to get super far, but will get far enough for something to happen. And here we go, Leluc. All right, now here we go, RGL. Going to get it on the LS again. Or was that a walk? I couldn't quite look, but either way, going to be a first down for New Orleans. Now with a first and goal. New Orleans with a chance to take the lead here. But can they do it is the question. Oh, it was looking for the LOS there, but seemed to move. IG Quantuan seemed to move last second, which threw off the timing quite a bit. And now, with an opportunity here on a second and goal, anything needs to happen here. But what does Leluc do? Going to try the LOS again, IG Quantuan, but going to get a bit farther, thankfully. Make this just a little bit more manageable for Leluc, but nonetheless, they still need a touchdown here. And New Orleans just going to drain the clock out as much as he can. And it looks like he's going to hike it. Yeah, was looking to drain the clock. And that fade, I don't really know what the objective was there on that fade, but either way, going to be a fourth and goal. And again, this is a make or break situation for New Orleans. They need to score here by any means necessary. But there is a lot of pressure from Las Vegas as well, because they can't really screw this up either. And even if they do, they need to be careful where that... Please don't tell me that's how it ends for New Orleans. That was... I don't really know what in the world Leluc was aiming for. I wasn't looking at the right side exactly. Like, maybe someone cut on accident, but I don't know what made you make that throw. Like, I don't really see the vision. Like, maybe someone cut last second. I don't know, but that is definitely a throw you do not want to make. But intercepted by RGL. Either way, I guess mistake is somehow nullified. Las Vegas took a very big gamble on the 2-on-B1 or on the 1B2, and that's just how a cookie crumbles. That was a very unnecessary risk from Las Vegas, and that could cost them the entire game, depending on how well New Orleans plays on this drive. And it certainly isn't very hard for them to get a touchdown here, given they're at the Las Vegas 40-yard line. But IG Quantuan going to get tackled immediately after the catch for about a gain of 1. And Leluc looking around to seeing what he can find. I mean, so far Leluc has just played very well. Outside of a few, outside of that goal line drive that looked very weird, but either way, it's going to be a timeout called by New Orleans. As the clock is winding down with 30 seconds left. 30 seconds is a lot of time, but they are going to have to use it wisely here. And just keep in mind, they can potentially tie this game up if they want to. They don't need to score a touchdown here. That's the weird thing about this. They don't need to tie this game. Or they don't need to get a touchdown here if they can't. They can go for a field goal and take it into overtime to hopefully save them the game. But Jay going to get it for 1 yard, and now a big decision here, and they're going to go for it. That is it. This could be a very risky play here. And a timeout is going to be called by Leluc to hopefully nullify any drained clock in case they do get a first down. Again, a very good decision there from Leluc. I do not hate it whatsoever, but they are going to have to get a first down either way. And depending on how much clock they drain, they definitely do not have much time after that to make something happen. But let's see if Leluc can make a play here. Gonna try and throw on the streak, but unfortunately this is gonna be overthrown, and just like that, Las Vegas, similar to the Houston and Green Bay game, is just going to run away with it. But Conjure going to get triple rushed, going to find the LOS with Will, and just like that, with no timeouts from New Orleans, this game is over. And it doesn't matter. And now it doesn't matter what Las Vegas decides to do. He could do whatever with it. And he's just going to toss it up because why not? I mean, it's very unlikely for them to get a pick six. Although it would be crazy if New Orleans is able to, but I'm not sure if they are really going to take that chance. Oh, and he finds a split up the middle. I mean, this doesn't really matter much, so again, kind of unnecessary. Oh, and it's going to be a fumble. Oh, wait, that could have been so funny if RGL got the touchdown there. But either way, this game's over. Man, that could have been funny if New Orleans took that for a touchdown. Man, that would have been funny. But either way, great games by all. But unfortunately, my time has run out for the stream. What's the best game of the past 2 weeks that you streamed? Definitely one of the ones today, for sure. I like the Green Bay and Houston one a lot more today. You should have seen that, man. It was a close game to the very end. But if you want to go like, I don't know if this really counts, but the CFL Super Bowl was really good too. The season 2 one with New Orleans and Miami. That one was probably my favorite because that game was actually pretty close, and it got me like the most views on my channel, so I'm not going to be too mad about that. I always got to say that's my favorite. And who's the best quarterback in the game you guys do? I don't really know. It's kind of I feel like the best quarterback kind of like fumbles around a lot, so I can't really give an exact answer on that. Because a lot of the best quarterbacks always like 9 out of 10 times is usually the quarterback that's like the freshest on my mind, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much all I have though. It was a great game all around. Both were fun, both were competitive. I hope to see more games like this, but either way, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. For real this time. Woohoo. Yeah, in all seriousness, yeah, you have a chance. Anyone can play. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what prestige you are. It's not based on that. It's just based on if you're here and if you want to play or how good you are. That's kind of it. But yeah, for real, I'll be gone now.